approve the Compact of Free Association agreements, which took years to negotiate with the island nations of the Marshall Islands, Palau, and Micronesia. And these compacts are critical to our national security, especially in the Indo-PACOM AOR. The challenge with these compacts, though, was that it involved three departments: yours, state, and the DOD. So you can imagine all the moving parts and the number of chairs and ranking members who had to agree to this. And before Senator Risch leaves, I want to thank him for his part. Hello. Thank you, Senator Risch. He was ranking on foreign relations, very much a supporter of the compacts, and an important part of the compacts was the restoration of federal benefits to the citizens of these compact nations who live in our country. And these compacts are so important that the citizens of these island nations are able to come and live in the United States without the need for visas. They are, as far as I know, the only group of people who are able to do that. But I'm really thankful that the chair of this committee, the ranking member of this committee, and over a dozen chairs and ranking members in both the Senate and the House worked hard to get this done. So, Madam Secretary, I thank you for your support. Moving on. Hawaii experienced an unprecedented degree of devastation from the Maui wildfires that occurred last August. And afterwards, our natural resource managers, like so many others across the country, found that there was not enough native plant material available to adequately revegetate the burned landscapes. In order to address this issue, I have been working on a bill that would establish a national interagency seed and restoration center to enhance the availability of native plant materials across the United States. This would complement your announcement in February about the National Seed Strategy Keystone Initiative. Can you talk a bit about the importance of Congress working with your department on this effort to ensure that land managers all across the country have a consistent supply of regionally appropriate native plant materials?
Yes, thank you, Senator, for your support on that. And, you know, we battle invasive species all over the country, and in Hawaii, it's especially important. Native plants are important. Promoting native plants is a critical way to help prevent against wildfire risk and in the face of climate change. I know that the department provided technical assistance on your draft bill to establish a National Interagency Seed and Restoration Center. We remain committed to working with you on this important issue. I remain saddened by what happened in Maui, and we'll do everything we can to help.
And of course, as we face these natural disasters all across the country, I think that the restoration of native plant material is one approach to preventing these kinds of devastations. I know that addressing the missing and murdered Native peoples is, especially, of course, the women and girls, is an important issue for you, and is it still an issue that you are addressing? Can you talk a little bit about the progress that is being made to prevent these kinds of what's happening to Native women and girls? And you probably are aware that in Hawaii, 1/4 of the missing children are Native Hawaiian women and girls. So can you update me a bit on your addressing this devastation?
Thank you, Senator. And yes, as you know, we started the Missing and Murdered Unit in 2021, dedicated investigators for this issue, and so far we've investigated 950 missing and murdered persons cases and solved or closed 595 missing persons cases. We're staffing up the MMU. And it continues as 38 of the 63 positions are now filled. We're still working to make sure we can fill all of those positions, and we'll continue to collect and review unsolved cases involving missing and murdered so that we can add other cases. But we're committed to it and appreciate your commitment as
I
well.
want to commend you for your continuing efforts in these lines, and I would assume that you are pursuing prosecution of the perpetrators.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a few other questions for the record that I will submit. Thank you,
Appreciate
Madam
that.
Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Daines.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Secretary Haaland,